Yo, Internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. It is a very hot day and it's been hot all morning. So, pretty much, let's go ahead and jump right into this One Piece chapter because, yeah, you know, this is kind of, yeah, I'm trying to fix my update schedule, especially for One Piece. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Of course, they are still trying to push, well, I haven't talked about it because I'm trying to change a few things up, but yes, they are actually giving us way more flash pages for One Piece film Gold, and pretty much at this point it's starting to remind me a lot of Lupin the Third. I mean, like, it looks amazing, it looks wonderful, and I really do like it. And also in the background, especially since now it's like everybody kind of has money and stuff, and then they're looking amazing and whatnot. It seems as though is that now that they're trying to give Zoro like an extra push in the back, because of course he is gold and he does kind of have like, it seems as though that he's gonna get like an extra power up. Also, the second splash page, which I really don't want to talk too much about that, except for the fact that Nami is pretty much like the focal point of this second video of this second like color page, and it's very sexual. I will give them that. It really does look it. Of course, because, you know, bikinis and whatnot, she's like dousing water all on her face. So of course that is something. But jumping right back into like what into what happened back in the forest and everything, pretty much. Yeah, the Alice in Wonderland stuff is still, or at least like the Alice in Wonderland feel is still kind of going on there with like all these living things in the forest and whatnot. And this is actually the chapter where that, of course, with Carrot and Nami, and with Carrot going up against this specific rabbit who is now named Randolph, him and who is a crane rider, who seems to kind of have something of a conquistador type of like attire to him, and I will give him that. He does actually seem to be a very powerful rabbit. Well, you know, it's actually pretty interesting to pretty much see these two rabbits kind of like, you know, going head to head and whatnot, especially since, but it is kind of deduced though that he may be a devil fruit user because of the simple fact of that he's not a mink. It's sort of like how that they look at Chopper, and it's like Chopper isn't a mink because technically, if anything, minks kind of just seem to be like normal humans with like animal type of like appeals and whatnot. And also, Carrot can generate lightning, and most minks can generate lightning. And since Randolph can't, and he has to focus more on using his spear to fight people, pretty much that is kind of like the whole thing behind like his fighting style. Of course, you know, like after Carrot, she does take out the crane, and then Randolph throws a spear and lands on the back of the head of whatever I guess it's a giant like in the ground. I never really disclosed that, but I believe he is a giant, and for the most part he seems like he's very, very, very friendly. It's just, you know, he just doesn't really get too many people who come and do pretty much whatever. So of course when they go back and they tell Luffy, the real Luffy kind of runs off somewhere else, and then the fake one goes with them. Now, of course, nobody really notices the difference, I guess, possibly because of them just trying to get out of there and saying like, well, yeah, this place is terrible. But then this is when they find out like that all the stuff in the forest is real, and they're just stuck in there. And then this is when we actually meet Big Mom's 8th daughter. I believe her name is Charlotte Brûlé. Course, and if you can actually kind of take her abilities into question, because of course Luffy tried to come and say, wait a second, that's not the real me, and she covered her mouth, you know, stopping Luffy from talking. It seems as though that this may be a mirror fruit ability, whereas that she takes upon the appearance of Luffy, and it could be the reason why that they're stuck in this forest. Because like that, she just creates like a gigantic barrier, and then they get stuck in this forest, and then no matter which way they go, they always end up going back in circles. So it's a possibility that it may be that. However, and also she does seem to be kind of a serial killer. She gives off more or less like a serial killer-esque vibe, and it's very interesting because it's like she seems to be a very, like, I won't say strong, but a very witty daughter. Because it seems as though that like most of the daughters who are closer up, like up on the Big Mom tier, they are actually pretty violent, or that they're very strong. I mean, like I liked the other daughter, the one who was Hammerhead Shark. She seemed like she was cute with her husband Aladdin, but this one, she seems pretty violent, and you don't really see that she has a husband, so that is something as well. But pretty much whatever this is, this may be a fight for Nami, it may be a fight for Carrot. Well, actually, Carrot's fighting Randolph, so there's a good chance that may be going on. Or possibly Luffy, he may find his way out, and then, or may have to go back to save Chopper and Nami and everybody else. So that's also a possibility, you know. But then that's when we kind of get a cut over to the Germa 66 Kingdom. And the Kingdom of the Germa 66 is one of the more interesting kingdoms to actually be presented in this be presented so far, because of course you have the Alabasta kingdoms, and pretty much you have the Goa kingdoms and everything else. They have their very interesting motifs. This one is a kingdom which constantly moves and is on the back of snails, and of course we see the Germa army, of course, which is mostly males, and or at least from the picture anyway, and they train 24/7. They train every day. It seems like that they train 24 hours a day, or most of the days, if they're not eating or using the bathroom, like they just train. That's kind of what it seems like. And also based upon like what is going on in Sanji's family, everything about this chapter pretty much breaks down the reason why, or it kind of sheds some light upon why Sanji is the person he is. Because a lot of this kind of just boils around the fact of, they even talk about their father's goal, Jaji Vinsmoke, or pretty much you know, like Big Daddy Vinsmoke. Like they get they talk about how the Vinsmokes pretty much got the title, and which that they did, which seems to be that they started a coup back in North Blue. And they just gained power from it, and then they just became like this mega ultra family and stuff like that. Especially since every single one of them kind of goes to where that the father has this, the grandfather he possibly staged this coup, and then it led on through the family to where Reiju, she actually kind of confronts Sanji upon the reason why he left, asking him, why in the world did you leave? You could have had pretty much anything you want, because of course you are a royal. And everything about that seems to kind of go into the histories. If you just look at Law and Doflamingo's past, like in the North, like being in North Blue, and it's like, those nations were impoverished like nobody's business. And if you look at like the Vinsmokes and whatnot, Reiju actually kind of makes an interesting point of like, why would Sanji leave if pretty much like for them to be in the North Blue, then him leaving going over to the South Blue and, you know, living down there, like why would he do that when like he can have anything he wants? And pretty much Sanji kind of points it out like in a very interesting way of saying like that, which actually kind of inadvertently kind of solidifies some things about Pudding. And it's like, Pudding's a nice girl, yes, but there's something about her that kind of makes it feel as though is that her and Sanji that they never met, and the reason why Luffy and Nami and Carrot and Chopper are in the reason that are in the situation that they're in now, is probably because of the fact of that they never met, and she's just trying to do that to kill them so that Sanji can just marry her and then they join the families and whatnot. Because from how it comes off, or at least how Sanji kind of presents it here, is that you don't have to, I mean, it's like you don't have to sell me upon marrying this girl. Which, of course, he probably still denied her, or at least like he will deny her. But the way how he was talking about it, it's like he never met her. It's like I never met this girl, anything like that. And of course, Sanji stronger than Yanji, beat his ass off screen. I really like that, because it's like for a guy to not even use like super technology and whatnot, he beat his brother's ass. And it actually even seems as though is that something of that nature is hinting towards his father as well, because we don't necessarily see his mother in this chapter or fucking anywhere. We don't see their mother anywhere. So best case scenario is that Sanji's just gone, or everything about the reason why he hates his parents and he hates his family and why he clashes with Zoro is because of the simple fact of that he just doesn't like that family. Because as his father said, real men like answer through their fists, and Sanji doesn't use his fists to fight. He kicks, as we know, and he doesn't like his royal heritage or how it was gained or something of that nature, and he went to just be like a cook on the Straw Hat crew. Now, of course, you can already tell like that they don't think that the Straw Hat's all that much, but still, with Sanji there, who's the third strongest person there, and is stronger than Yanji, than Yanji, that's a feat for a guy who never messed with his who stayed away from his family for 13 years. So that is something. But pretty much there is some things that is kind of leading into like the next chapter of saying like, so what's pretty much going to become like the biggest thing that's pretty much going to happen? Well, Sanji's going to fight his father for sure, or that may be some off-screen shit. But from what I can understand though, like this one is something like One Piece is bringing it 100%, except for that last chapter where like we just got stuck in the forest, and they just kind of like just had like a little fun moment of just having them like stuck in a situation. This one, they kind of progressed the story way more, so I'm happy for that. So till then, please tell me what do you think about this down there in the comment section. I will catch you on the next John Graves show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.